Hello folks, welcome to today's lecture. Today we'll be discussing about struct in C. A struct, the full form is structures. It is a keyword in C as well. Why do we need structs? So let me tell you with an example that sometimes there are certain entities and these entities have got various attributes associated with them. So it can have attribute 1, attribute 2, attribute 3 and attribute n. So n number of attributes would be there which will be representing one single entity. So how to enter such a data? So it is more like a record. So record of an employee. So entity could be an employee, and employee has got a name, employee has got an age, employee has got a salary, employee has got a date of joining, and so forth. All such records are pertaining to employee number one only. And for employee number two, similar set of data would be again generated, right? So you need to represent the records. Similar might be the case with the books. So there is a book entity, and this will have a name, this will have an author, this will have a publication year, so publish year, it will have a price, right? So these are the attributes related to the book. So there will be n number of books. So I need something that represents these entities and respectively ask the values of the attributes, and then I can have an array of n number of books, and for every book there will be certain set of certain set of attributes. So this book is basically something that will create the struct of, and then all these attributes will be the member of this particular struct. So first of all we have got a name. So for name we have got a character array by the variable name of name, and this will be called as the member of the struct, right? Similarly for the author we may again have a character array by the name of the author, maybe of certain size. Then publication year could be an integer number type, represents the year of publishing, and we can have a float type price as well. So float type price variable, and all this will be included within the struct. Fine. So this is very much the significance of abstract, where we are given a power of creating our own user defined data types, which will be using the primitive data types as a part of it. So we can enter different kind of information, um, as in this case is character arrays and then integer and the float, all with respect to the single entity, and then we can have an array of such entities. So we can have n number of books with their name, with their price, with their age, with their year of publication, etc. And similar is the case with the employees, similar is the case with the students. So we can create such records, and for that we need to learn the struct. So let's dive into the code and understand how to write a struct. The example that I'll be taking is of the book in this particular lecture. So first of all, our program always starts with an hash include stdio.h. So include stdio.h, then we will be having a main section where we will be writing our main code. We will be defining an struct by the name of the book above the main. We can define this structure within the main as well, but it is for the better readability that I prefer writing the struct outside the main. So I'll be defining an struct book outside the main, and I will be taking the member functions or the attributes of these books to be the name, that is character name. 20 characters are sufficient for the name of the book, and then the year in which the book was published, and then the price of the book, which is of float type. So these are the three different data types clubbed together to form a struct book structure. If I want to use this structure in my main program, then all I need to do is to initialize any variable. Here the variable name is b and the type is a struct book type, right? So if you compare this to writing the int b, so it is, so this portion would be like int, and this is the variable name b, right? So this is the name of the variable, and struct book is representing my user defined type, and this could be compared to the int primitive data type as we have. So similar kind of definition is there in this case as well, right? So once we have declared a variable of book type, we need to ask values, and for that we will be writing a printf statement. Printf enter the name of the book, and I'll be using the get s, that is get string, because it is a character array. So for that I'll be passing on the name of the variable. The name of the variable is name, but name is nowhere initialized in the main section. It is part of the struct book variable b that we have declared. Therefore, in order to access and the address of the name where you want to store the value, you would be requiring a dot operator. So b dot name is something that would be giving you the name. So if you see, if you simply put a dot over here, it will give you all the three options, whether you want to access name, or you want to access the price, or you want to access the year. So likewise, since I am entering the name of the book, I would be going for the name option. Similarly, I will be asking for the year of publication, and the year of publication is a %d type. So %d at the address of b dot year. If somebody is entering a wrong year, maybe a year that is greater than 2022, I can keep a check of it, and I can ask the person to re-enter the year and scan up at the same very location. And then I would be writing a printf statement to ask the price of the book, and this is a float type, so %f and at the address of b dot price. So that's simple like any other programming construct. Now when I want to display this message, I would be writing simple printfs in order to display the result, and that would be printf book details, and in the new line it will be the name, %s b dot name, year of publication is of %d type, then b dot year, and printf price, which is percent point 2f, because in price I would like to display only two digits after the price has been printed, so it's a b dot price. So if I execute this program, we'll see that it's asking me enter the name of the book. Suppose the name of the book I enter it C programming, and the year of publication it asks me, and the year of publication is suppose 2005. I enter the price of the book. The book is 125.5 rupees. So it has displayed me book details where it says that name is C programming, year of publication is 2005, and the price is 125.50 rupees. I have not printed INR, so it would be INR. All right. Let's rerun this. Enter the name of the book, C prog. Enter the publication year. If I enter an year outside of the 2022, so it will ask me to re-enter the year. So it will be 2005 this time. Enter the price of the book, 125.6, and see now the INR 125.6 has been printed. Right. So this is a very simple program. Then I said that we can also have, so type def is a keyword with C that basically tells the compiler that I have defined a new type, and that name now will be coming to this location book. What is the significance of this is now the compilers need not be told every time when I'm declaring a variable of book type that it is the structure that we have created. Because we have type defined it, we can remove this struct portion from here, and we can directly write book b, and now this book will be treated as a new data type because we have defined it to be so, right? So this is the significance of type def. Now we'll be talking about the pointer. So I can create a pointer to this also. For that I need an asterisk, and I'm naming it as bptr. So it is something that is pointing towards the book structure. So what value would bptr would be taking is bptr would be initialized with the address of b. So this pointer is pointing towards the variable b that we have created, and it is in b that we are asking the values, right? So if I want to use this pointer to ask value from the user, all I have to do is, instead of writing the dot operator, I need to give hyphen and greater than sign. Now this resembles to be a pointer, right? And for pointer you also need to give the name bptr. So bptr is a pointer that would be, asking the name of the book and storing at the respective location. So without changing remaining of the program, let me just get the value using the pointer, and then I'll be displaying using the name same variable, and we'll see that uh, no significant change would be occurring at this point. So name of the book is C prog, year of publication is 2005, and the price is 125, and see, it is successfully printing everything. So instead of using the variable name directly, I can even use a pointer to that particular member function, and then I can ask the value from the user. Similar is the case if I want to print it. Instead of just using the dot operator, use the name of the pointer variable that you have created, and use an arrow operator. That's it. That's all you have to do in your program. And the other thing that I was talking about is the array. So I can even have the array variable like b2, and now this means that I have created a variable b of book type, which will be taking in two values. You can have any number of values, but for the simplicity of running this program, I am taking a small number, that is 2. And so it is getting initialized to actually b of 0, right? And when you are doing so, see what changes I have to make to the program now. So it has highlighted all my b's over here. Why? Because now b is expected to take two index values, zeros and 1, and this is something that I want to that I need to specify over here as well. So for that I can write a for loop. Here I will be writing a for loop. This for loop will be initializing my I to 0. It is I less than, because I have taken a size to be 2, so it is less than 2, and I plus plus, so every time I would be incremented. This for loop starts at this point, and it will be asking my values until when. So it is asking my values till here. So all these steps will be included within the for. In the for, now you would be representing the bith value. So when I equals to 0, then at b0 the year would be asked. Then you would be comparing again the ith value of the b, and here also you have to replace with the bi, and here also you have to make the same changes, right? But now you might ask me a question that here you are using the pointer to the name. So what? How will this pointer be accessed? So all you need to do is you need to give it the plus I value. So this will tell me that which pointer value am I referring to. So if bptr plus I initially is 0. So bptr plus 0, that means I am accessing the first structure, first entity. And when the I gets incremented, so bptr plus I would be referring to the second structure, right? So this is similar to, you can compare to b of I over here. So it is with the help of I that you were moving one block ahead to the next structure, and similar, if you are using the pointers, you can simply add I to it, and this will work perfectly fine. Now in order to display these results, you need to have this for loop again placed for displaying as well. I have a for loop, and the for loop will be enclosing the these three statements, and here also I need to mention plus I, and at this location and also at this location I need to mention b of I. Done. I'm executing my program. So the name of the book is book 1. The publication is 2005, 125 rupees. Then it asks me enter the name of the book. So there is a little problem with the program, and the problem is that I am not subsiding the enter that I'm entering after it. So because when I'm entering the price, after price I'm pressing the enter key. So that enter key is a character type, and I want to suppress that particular character type. So for that I would be writing %c and in between asterisks. So what basically it does is that when I'm pressing the enter after entering the price value over here, I've written 25 and press enter, right? So this enter will not get assigned to any other variable, and it will be flushed out of the buffer as well. So that when this loop is repeated again, at this point it is not getting the enter value that I have entered over here. Fine. So I've suppressed it and I've entered a new value. Enter the book. So it's book 1, 2005. Enter the price 155. Enter the name of the book. Book publication year is 2000. I've entered a wrong one, so it asks me to re-enter. So it is 2007 maybe. Enter the price of the book. The price of the book is 569. And see, the book details are displayed over here. So it's a book 1, 2005 INR 125. Book 2, 2007 INR 569. Right. So it's working perfectly fine. Thanks for joining in.